I see so many people in life who say, I've gotten sober. I did something so wrong that I had to get sober. Cool. That's great. I'm happy that you got sober, but did you understand why you were drinking in the first place? Like, what about your character? What about the internal parts of your whole fucking soul and the essence of your humanity as a person caused you to do the act in the first place? Because it wasn't the booze. The booze or the drugs allowed you to finish the thing that you were doing. Allowed you to
Exactly.
do it and numbed it out and relieved you from the fucking suffering that you had going on so that you could do the act.
Yeah, so you'd be okay with it. You and
Yeah, so that you could just brush it away like that wasn't me.
yeah,
It fully was you. You just didn't know how to fucking articulate and speak about it, so you numbed it.
yeah,
The booze and the drugs and the vices are not the problem. They're the medicine to the fucking sickness.
yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
agree.
It's just a band-aid until remove the band-aid, the sickness, you can still get sick.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you're not cured, you're not but you got to do the work. And I think so many people get stuck in there. Sobriety is key, staying sober is key. And then but then what are you doing now that you're sober? Are you
Yeah.
work? Are you being, curious about who you are, why you made these decisions? Where did they come from? Your beliefs, your patterns? Like, do you actually love yourself? Like, there's so many questions that come with that. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't go there. So if a man's not in tune with himself to lead, and he's not allowed to express himself so that he can fucking grow and learn and become a better man, if he doesn't share that wisdom to help another man, how does the world get better? That's the truth. Like the truth is at the end of the day, they want men disconnected from themselves because when men are grounded with who they are and connected to other men, it's a powerful force you can't fuck with. And
I
then
agree.
those men are together, they actually attract powerful women who help them
Yeah.
build the kingdoms that's necessary for this world to thrive. So if they can
Yeah.
connect the man, they can bring the woman and the man from afar apart. If we can get the man and woman to fight, then the whole essence of life, the whole circle of life doesn't continue. Men have such a powerful force, and women have, in my opinion, have the most powerful force because men ate the apple for the woman. So, they learning a man learning to ground himself gives him so much power that when he does attract a woman who's going to reflect even more deep parts of himself he hasn't faced, when that happens, he becomes even more powerful.
Yeah.
And when he becomes that powerful man and he can create that safe environment for her to blossom, that's when life is like fucking full tilt.
Yeah.
That's when life really starts to bloom. And I think that right there is what all men are looking for. Oh, we do the work for ourselves, we're never going to attract that the woman.
True.
Bring the parts of herself that needs to come out, right? And when we see that and appreciate that, we'll die for that. Right? We'll
Yeah.
die for that woman who can bring that parts of herself. We're like, oh man, I'm gonna protect you because you're bringing shit out of me that no one I've good luck. You know what I mean? And when
Yeah.
that happens, you're going to create that safe environment for that person, right?
Yeah.
There's that disconnect. You already know you already know you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And
100%.
don't leave because you put yourself in a position where you're stuck.
Yep. Yeah.
We as men have to do the work. If I could teach my son or any men, younger guys, anything, is do the work now.
Yeah.
Right? Instill the habits and the lessons and the wisdoms now. Do the processes now. So, but by time you're a young adult starting and building your life, right? You're gonna attract that nice solid ground, and then you can grow for a long time. You're not gonna have to rewire all these fucking patterns and beliefs that you created for so many fucking years, and then have to do it in real time. I mean, that's just it takes work, man. I truly wish more men would just be like, I don't got it figured out. Help me.
Yeah.
Because transformation happens so quick when you like actually start to ask the right questions and like push men in the right way. It cracks them open within like you can see change within a month. You know what I mean? Like, and then you stay supportive through that. Like the snowball effect is huge, man. But
Yeah.
getting them to the door to open that is like the hardest thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
so fucking hard, man. I just wish more guys would just be like, just the world would be a different place, man. Like straight up, the world that we're living in wouldn't be like we're living right now if more men walked through that fucking door. Yeah, because it makes you understand people better.
Yes, exactly.
You can understand your patterns and triggers and what's happening, and you're like, oh, you can make pretty good judgment at that point.
Yeah,
Navigate life better that way. You know how to handle better conversation situations, so you don't intensify it. You can actually control it.
exactly.
Overall better situation when sometimes instead of having to beat it with brute force, you can actually open your heart and just kill it with kindness and love, man. You know what I mean? It's like that's actually powerful.
Hopefully you can get me there.
I
That should be the goal, right?
think all men want to be there. I think that's the end goal for all of us. And I think we all struggle with it because it's in us to be, we want to fix, we want to do now. And
Yeah,
that pause, I've been really talking about pause lately, but since my last Campbell session, that pause is such a powerful thing for men. Is if you can recognize when the pattern's beginning again in your nervous system, that tension
yeah,
is, and you just give yourself just a pause. And you can like literally go, am I repeating this past belief? Is this pattern repeating? Yes. Okay, breathe into it. And just give yourself a moment to actually respond and not react. To sit
yes,
at discomfort for a minute and feel the rage. Don't express
yeah,
rage. Feel that anger. Express really sit and hold it until it passes through and control it. Because then when you surrender to that, true wisdom comes out after that.
right,
True wisdom comes because now like, ooh, instead of reacting, that's what a little boy does. But when a man holds and he pauses and he feels it all the way through, that is when he can actually respond in a way that most people can't react to because he's so powerful.
right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's every man's journey is to get to that point where he can learn to pause.
Yeah, that would be good for me for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And like I think all of us are working on that.